Welcome back to more Dragon Age Inquisition. Alright, let's look at some of this. Oh my god. My Lord Inquisitor, after your recent help with the Venatori, I'm hopeful that the Inquisition can assist with another matter. With peace restored in Orlais, I wish to engage in new talks with Empress Celine. We are not on entirely friendly terms for a reason I'll not disclose, and while peace between our nations is in everyone's best interest, the situation remains delicate. The Empress owes you, and thus you could facilitate these talks in a way no one else could. Yeah, I mean, this will take Josephine's power for 15 hours. The prince was not pleased with our response. His campaign will move forward, even without our support. So be it. We have bigger problems on our hands. I sent word to several comrades. Knowing or not, the merchants behind the Venatori caravan have now lost most of their worth because of it. The Red Jenny Sharad is watching to see where they scatter. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Sebastian Vale. Just fucking up. He's like, whatever, man. My dear Inquisitor Titanaku, there was no time for us to dance in the Winter Palace, but perhaps I might claim that dance you offered now. You may not be familiar with the Allemande. It is the prelude to every great movement in music and in the game. I would be happy to teach you the steps. To begin, the couples from two lines facing one another south of the Imperial Highway between Verchiel and Montsismad is the Yellen Basin. It is a beautiful place of walnut groves, holly shocks, and fifth-rate meaderies that recently lost its lord to the Civil War. On the western edge of Yellen, the hopeful young Comte de Poisson stands lining up his little toy soldiers for a quick and quiet invasion. Surely you would not let the poor boy without a dance partner. If the Inquisition defends lordless Yellen Basin, it might perhaps be considered your property. Be mindful of the steps, my dear. Marquis Mantillon. Yeah, sure, we'll send some troops. Shock and awe, as they say. Now, what's this liberate? This liberatus. My dearest Josephine, the hills of Emprise du Lion are in peril. A maidservant recently returned from visiting an uncle in Sarnia spoke of gruff-helmeted men about the village quarry and the appearance of strange red crystals in the field close by. I suspect red lyrium and sent men to investigate, but the bridges leading to the area had all been destroyed. The Red Templar's handiwork, I wager. If we do not act quickly, all of the highlands may be lost. I wish I bore fairer tidings, my dear. My warmest regards to your family. I pray for the quelling of these winter winds of chaos, that we may meet again in springtime. Sure. Guess it's just an area. We broke through to Sarnia, and lead scout Harding is with the vanguard sent to establish an Inquisition camp. Her early reports indicate that the red lyrium is spreading. Not now. And we'll also investigate some elven ruins, I suppose. Inquisition contacts report a group of elves investigating ruins in the Emerald Graves. The ruins may be connected to the Emerald Knight, an order of elven warriors that predates the fall of the Dales. Their history contained within would be of great value to the Dalish. The Emerald Graves has been experiencing unrest of late. If a small delegation met with the elves and offered assistance in their search, it could provide an opportunity for cooperation between the Inquisition and the Dalish, strengthening our reputation with the clans in Orlais. And sure, we'll do it. A few of our soldiers met with the elves at Dinan Hanin. Delvin ruins and emerald graves. Their leader, Tavan, wishes to work with us as a sign of cooperation between the Inquisition and his clan. However, some of his party are wary of our presence and the Inquisition's intentions. Our interest in strengthening our relationship with the Dalish would appear more genuine if you met with them in person. Sure. The Inquisition caught the assassin within the Grand Cathedral. After questioning him, it seems 3 different Grand Clerics hired him, each unaware others had done the same. This knowledge is in the hands of the Chantry. A scandal to end the ambitions of many eyeing the sunburst throne. The clerics have expressed their appreciation of the Inquisition, which also recovered some interesting items from the assassin. The Topol family is becoming a clear favorite in the way of station that is ongoing between the noble houses. The Borlons have all but ceased to exist socially, and many are scrabbling for traditional alliances. Lady Eustace Richelieu. Don't give me all this French, please, I beg of you. Has emerged as a strong voice at court and is suggesting several arranged marriages to solidify ties, and presumably the standing of her house as arbiter and matchmaker. I mean, I have a hard enough time just speaking normally, but you're not helping, game. You're not helping. It's done. The roads are safe. Haven't seen a Vargas in some time. Griffin Wing will keep growing. Our shipment of resources from the Hissing Waste has arrived. Sure. Did I have any other people I can send out? Yeah. Sure. There's a contender to the rival alliance with the Tibalts. Lady Richelieu sent the following letter. The Rossier are a stubborn threat. The most efficient way to deal with them is to nullify with social alliance. But the only pairing of import is unavailable because the Tibalt daughter has betrothed herself elsewhere. She has the luxury of such a wasteful pairing because of the Inquisition bearing the weight in this partnership. Our hands are tied. You face the difficult task of attacking the status of Lord de Rossier, unless you were to demand that task of the Tibalts. If their investment were more taxing, they would be more inclined to an arranged match for the daughter. That is well respected, and that is well respected currency in Orlais. Man.
Inquisitor.
Cloak and dagger shit. What? I need someone on my right, you know? Someone to be on my right. Because now I have Morgan on my left and the other people in front of me, and then...
How bracing to be in the thick of the game again. The last time I was at Alam Shiral was Countess Letienne's wedding. There were a dozen affairs, 5 secret alliances, and a duel between 2 chevaliers over the vintage of an Antivan port. But until the Duchess was unmasked, I've never seen the Winter Palace in shock.
The nobility needed a shock. Corypheus played them all for fools.
I agree completely. The game's become increasingly insular in the past few years. Corypheus skillfully took advantage. It's disturbing so few people in the Orlesian court were aware of the Duchess's machinations.
Did Celine know?
The Empress realized she was in danger.
She's always in danger. Those loyal to her should have practiced more vigilance. But let's not lose sight of victory. Your actions at the ball have secured us allies and favors alike.
I kept dreading I'd drop the wrong spoon or step on a general's foot.
Well done. Feuds that spanned ages have sparked over less.
Really?
Inquisitor never underestimates the enmity of those for whom outrage is a sport.
Seriously, though.
I was hoping you'd be by. We've received letters from Archon Redanus of Tevinter and King Marcus of Nevada.
Okay.
For both monarchs to come to us is nearly unheard of.
Then the Inquisition's deeds have won their respect.
They'd never have contacted us otherwise. Archon Redanus requests that the Inquisition, as a neutral party, destroy a Venatori cult on the Nevaran-Tevinter border.
Sure.
King Marcus asks the same, but demands we pledge allegiance to Nevara instead of Tevinter.
Oh.
What course of action would you take if you were in my place?
Strained as their relationship with Orlais is, I would assist the Imperium. Their friendship is difficult to win, and Marcus is a fading power. Tevinter is the longer, richer game.
Okay.
What sort of man is the King of Navarra?
At this point, elderly. Many fear his health will soon fail him. Still, he is a Pentagast. Their dynasty is exceptionally strong in Navarra.
As a Pentagast, will Cassandra be upset if we don't help her relatives?
With all respect to Sigurd Pentagast, her interest in politics
Yeah.
is best described as
Yeah.
thin.
Why is the ruler of Tevinter turning on the Venatori?
He has little reason to love them. Archon Redanus has rightly identified Corypheus as competition. Few monarchs relish a self-styled god showing up to claim their throne.
Tell me about Redanus.
Like most Tevinter rulers, he's heir to an ancient bloodline, politically shrewd, and a highly skilled mage. Rumor also claims he has an incredibly soft spot for cats.
I think we'll go with Tevinter. I like Tevinter more, even though they have very bad points to them, but they also have very strong points to them, as in the literal strong. The emphasis on the strong point. Strong mage. So we'll aid them.
Tell the Archon the Inquisition will do Tevinter the favor of wiping out the Venatori on its borders.
Very good, Inquisitor. We'll inform him at once. It's good to see you.
What do the people make of us?
There's scarcely a noble house that hasn't openly pledged its support to us.
Any thought?
Who did you mean?
No.
What's your...
I suppose I should be wary of him. And he has the most fascinating stories.
Let's speak.
Good.
I wanted to hear her opinion on Morrigan, but I guess I won't get one from her. I'll probably get an opinion from Liliana.
First, this wasn't my idea. It is an issue born of titles and heir apparency and... Halam Shiral is having difficulty freeing trade routes formerly controlled by Duchess Florian. Had she been tried, her assets would be forfeit and considerable bureaucracy avoided. So they ask that we judge her.
Oh, okay, so that's... okay.
There is worth and weight in every judgment, no matter how unusual.
How do you plead?
That was the time allotted for rebuttal. Her crimes negated any claim to... Forgive me, there is an odor.
My decision is to ignore that odor.
Strangely enough, something similar happened to an uncle of Emperor Leandra II. His trade routes were returned to the reigning monarch. Why don't we just follow suit?
A wise choice. Thank you for making it swiftly.
Yep. It's what I do. But please don't make me do it again. Oh lord. Oh lordy, lordy, lord, lord, lord. Lord, 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 lord. Commander Helene, what are you doing up here?
For me to suggest a training adjustment.
Oh yeah, you're the Knight Enchanter lady. Uh-oh.
My dear, I'm afraid I must ask you for help.
Uh-oh.
There is an alchemical formula that I must complete. but I have been unable to obtain a critical ingredient. The heart of a snowy wyvern. I had arranged to obtain one, but the chevaliers working with me were killed in the Civil War.
Okay.
If I'm going to hunt down a snowy wyvern, I need you to tell me everything you know about it.
They're quite rare and exceedingly dangerous. Their venom is the most potent of any wyvern. Ordinary hunters would not make the attempt. The risk is too great. You, my dear, would certainly be an equal to this monster.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't know you were an alchemist, Vivienne. What exactly is this project you're working on?
It is a special request from a member of the Council of Heralds. I am still the Imperial Court Enchanter, after all. The matter is private. That is all there is to say.
You want me to risk my life to get this thing for you, but won't tell me what it's for.
My dear, it is hardly proper for me to blab the secrets of those who put trust in my discretion. I would do no less for you, after all.
You play the game.
I'm not a hunter. Why do you think I can help?
This beast is not hunted for sport, as other wyverns sometimes are. It is far more deadly. In the past, chevaliers have been dispatched to either kill the creatures or drive them away from villages. Since my chevaliers have fallen to political conflict, I find myself in need of someone with a martial aptitude.
Sure.
I'll do what I can.
Thank you, my dear. I would be most grateful. I shall give the location of its lair to Cullen. Remember, my dear, I must have its heart or the potion will not work. I eagerly await your success.
I don't imagine you will fuck me over, but... you know. Oh, it's the Exalted Plains.
I can't make heads or tails of this. Age regression. What is this potion for?
A request has been made of you, Inquisitor.
What is your...
I am able to pursue my duties with optimal...
As you...
Yes.
Optimal efficiency. That's great.
Greetings again, Inquisitor.
I trust everything.
Most are pleased with the alliance.
I'll leave you.
Marvelous business, the Winter Palace. You saved an empress, and now she's eating out of your hand. Perfect mental image. All this dancing, politics, and murder makes me a bit homesick.
That's something you actually miss?
Who wouldn't? All the drama, the scandal, the petty maneuverings. Back home, we engage in social affairs with the grim intensity of war. When blood is spilled, the battle is won. Less fun when you're the target, but to watch. My, yes. I hope you tried the ham they were serving, by the way. Tasted of despair. It's fascinating.
I should...
Natural.
Dragon Age House of Cards edition. It's interesting.
So it's true. Some look to Cassandra or even me as Justinia's successor. I never thought the idea would gain momentum. Of course, with the other candidates out of the picture...
Is becoming divine something you really want?
When Justinia was alive, I would have laughed at anyone who even suggested that I could be her successor. Things have changed. Still, I don't know. Restoring the Chantry will be like trying to steer a sinking vessel through a storm.
Whoever becomes divine will have my support if she requires it.
And I'm sure whoever becomes divine will absolutely require the Inquisition's backing.
Oh, absolutely.
The Chantry is faltering, but it still has influence over the people. Who tells the people what's right? Who do they look to in times of peril? A divine with enough support can change the Chantry. And with it, Thedas. But this is a discussion for later. If Corypheus wins, finding a new divine will be the least of our problems.
Indeed. Where you going? Just going for a little sit down. Yeah.
A message from Divine Justinia.
It's a trap.
That's a shock. You're all right reading it?
Thank you for the concern, Inquisitor. But I am. This message was written months, perhaps even years ago, to be delivered to me if she died. I've heard of such contingency plans. A sudden death often leaves loose ends. I'm to go to Valence, a small village on the waking sea. There is something hidden there.
Do you know what you're looking for?
The Divine was a powerful woman who used her position to obtain all sorts of things. Whatever she hid in Valence would very likely benefit the Inquisition and must be kept from falling into the wrong hands. If I'm lucky, she will have instructions for me.
I don't know how he will word that. I am scared to pick it. So I won't.
Why hide things in Valence? What's so special about it?
Justinia was revered mother at the Chantry there for many years before she became the Divine. It is a place that holds great meaning for her.
I'll help in whatever way I can.
Wonderful. I was hoping you would agree to come with me to Valence. One more thing. If what is hidden in Valence is as valuable as I think, we're not going to be the only ones looking for it. I shall meet you at the Chantry in Valence. Try not to delay.
Okay. I really want to hear what you think about Morgan, but I mean, I don't know when we're gonna have a talk about that.
I'm listening.
Nope.
I'll leave you.
Nope, Barinos. Ah, yes. Dramatic jump backwards.
There are spirits hovering by the veil to observe the thrones of powerful nations, the machinations, betrayals. After our time in Halam Shiral, I understand why. I had forgotten how I missed court intrigue.
It wasn't my cup of tea.
If I go the rest of my life without ever dealing with the great game again, I will die happy.
Sadly, as the Inquisitor, it is unlikely you will live without further courtly machinations. Unless the rest of your life is very short, in which case, I doubt you will die happy. In any event, Celine should now be a steadfast ally, especially after helping her neutralize Briala.
I hope you know that I didn't turn over Briala lightly. If I'd had another option...
I did?
What? Why would I disapprove of... Oh, because we're both elves. I'm sorry, I was confused. I do not consider myself to have much in common with the elves.
Who do you have much in common with? Who are your people?
A good question. I joined the Inquisition to save the world. Regardless of who my people are, this was the best way to help them. As for the elves of Orlais, Briala did what she could. She was an admirable woman, even if her gambit failed.
Even if we couldn't help Riala, I hope we can make life better for our Legion elves.
Stop Corypheus. That will do for a start. It speaks well of you to feel for the oppressed. Help them for that. Know them for what they are, instead of just seeing a pair of pointed ears.
Well, I am also a Tal of Shoth. I mean, I am an outcast.
My friend.
We'll talk.
Goodbye.
I am an outcast. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching,
Your worship.
and tune into the next.